pencil tracing, and we're going to try and do our pencil tracing and focus on balance. So down here I've got my fruit bowl image, okay, and I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to drop it right on top of Photoshop. That's going to open up my fruit bowl here in Photoshop. Then what I'm going to do, that out of the way, the first thing I want to do is I want to make a piece of tracing paper because I don't want to draw right on the background. So I'll go up here to Layer, New Layer, and this is good, color, yes, good enough. And you know what, you could actually name this layer your paper. Tell it okay. And then I'm pretty much ready to draw. One of the first things that we want to do is probably change our set of brushes. Now there's a lot of ways to get to your brushes in Photoshop. Probably one of the easiest ways that we're going to do is to go up here to Window, Brushes. And you see that opens up this selection over here. Okay, and if you don't have the brush that you want, you can click right here and then go down here, and I want Dry Media Brushes. Replace current brushes with the brushes from Dry Media Brushes. Yes. So here's the brushes that we're going to use today. We're basically doing a dry drawing. And I'm going to use a number 5 charcoal pencil. Okay, and now I've got my draw pad here. One of the things I want to do is that it's going to be tough for me to see what I'm drawing. So I'm actually going to put a color on this paper layer to start with. So I'm going to go here to the paint bucket tool, and now I'm going to go over here to colors, and I'm going to click the white, and I want to make this kind of an off-white paper color so I can actually see it. Think maybe brown eggshell. Okay, and I'll drop that and see it covers up my image, but that's okay. Make sure I'm on the paper layer, and now I'm going to go right up here to this opacity slider, click, and whoop, missed it, and I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to go way down here to maybe 40 some odd %. There we go. Now I think I'm ready. Go back to my brush tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a pretty simple sketch of this bowl of looks like some southwestern fruits here. I'm going to lower my opacity on my pencil so it's nice and light, down to about 80%. And I can just give it a try up here. Ooh, wow. I may have gone a little low. Let's lower that up. Bring that. Oh, I'm still in. Let's fix that. Sorry, wrong color. Black. There we go. Now let's try that again. There it is. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's kind of gray. I might actually raise my opacity a little bit. I want to be able to see it. Try another test here. Not bad. Okay, so I'm just going to start to sketch the different parts of this image. And remember that what you're using here are lines. Don't try to make one big solid line. Just make lots of short, even strokes. Trying to make one big solid line is not going to work. It's just not going to look very good. Remember, this is a drawing, not a painting. We don't necessarily have to get every piece in there. Of course, if you're using a draw pad like I am, you'll see the harder I press, the thicker lines that I get. So I want the edge of this bowl to be pretty thick. So I'm going over it again and pressing a little bit harder. I'm just doing kind of one edge at a time here. And I'm going to go do the outline of the bowl, kind of like so. And then I've got kind of this part of the bowl down here. And I'm already starting to use my lines here to do a little bit of shading, add a little bit of depth, okay? And I'll kind of do some cross hatching in here to fill in this part of the bowl, like so, etc. And I'm going to go back, I'll add a little bit of detail here on my lemon, which is going to be pretty interesting to actually make look like a lemon. That's okay, we'll figure it out. And a little tiny bit of shading over here, a little more over here, make sure it looks round, kind of like so. Now, one of the things that you can do as you're doing your sketch is I can go over here to my layers palette, and if I click by the eyeball next to my background, voila. Here I can actually see my sketch. And if you want it to be a little darker, I can turn the opacity on the paper layer back up, and now I can really see my sketch. And so maybe now that I'm looking at it, I want to go back and do some lighter lines on my lemon to add some detail and some depth in here. Nothing too serious, but every little bit helps. And then maybe I want to add some darkness to the inside, some curve to this bowl. Some of the things that maybe when I was doing the tracing, maybe we didn't see. And I can go back and add a lot of detail and character to the edges here, just like so. Now, this particular project is a very simple, what we call a line drawing. So really, once you pick your pencil tool here, that's pretty much the only tool that you're going to use. There's no color on this particular project, so you need to be using your pencil to do things like add depth and detail. So you can just kind of keep going like this. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing because this could take a while. But you want to, again, continue making short, easy strokes, adding detail as you go along. You could try experimenting with a couple of different types of pencil brushes if you want to, but just keep working, work your way all the way around the edge of the bowl over to here, and hopefully you'll come out with a nice drawing. Great, have fun.